Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to be looking to see what is going on in the market. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Remember to check out the sale on the premium list. That's ending in about 4 days. So guys, go and lock in the low rate. You'll get access to all the stuff that comes with, like weekly reports and videos, Telegram alerts channel, and more. Before we jump in, I just wanted to take a moment to thank everyone for helping me reach a very important milestone on YouTube, getting to a very modest 500,000 subscribers. Okay, and this has been a crazy goal that I really never thought I'd get to. I was surprised when I got to 100,000. So to see this at 500,000, it means a lot. I feel like I'm constantly pushing the limits on trying to put out quality content while having a really bad setup, pretty cheap microphone and camera, pretty boring background, and I'm always reminded of this by these comments, right? I mean, and these are great. So thank you guys, 500,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate it, and we were able to accomplish that while having AdSense turned off the entire time. Okay, the entire time. And you know, it just goes to show that you can do videos. There's another way, right? You don't have to put out stuff that is just meant to get views and nothing more. And just if you're thinking about starting your own YouTube channel and you're constantly wondering, you know, like, am I going to have to make certain types of videos to generate attention? Am I going to have to make everything seem like a crazy emergency or something? You don't have to, right? You don't have to, and you can turn down all the paid promotions that you'll be offered. Turn them down, and you can still do just fine. So again, I wanted to thank you guys for helping me reach this milestone. It does mean a lot. On to the next one, right? On to the next one. So Bitcoin is now at a very modest $48,390, but we still have a lot to prove, my friends. Okay, and we're going to take a very pragmatic look at the market, and we're going to understand why people think what they do. Okay, this is not a narrative pushing video. It's why do people think what they do with the various theories and whatnot with Bitcoin. So on-chain metrics look great. We got more institutional money coming in every quarter. It's been trending up, so things look good. The main thing that Bitcoin has left to prove, because remember, we got past all the consequential moving averages. We've done that, right? Check. The 200-day, the 100-day, the 50-day, the 20-day, we even had a bounce off the 20-day, and that's what led to this most recent rally. We said, guys, you know, when we bounce off the 20-day, we can often see 15 to 20% moves, okay? If history is any indication. And if we go take a look at the bounce off the 20-day, we experienced a 15% move so far. Okay, so far we had a 15% move. But this is not what people are referring to, right? This is not what, I mean, we're not getting out of bed for a bounce off the 20-day, and it certainly doesn't necessarily imply anything more than that. The main thing that we need to watch, okay, is we need Bitcoin to prove that this is not just another rally off the 50-week that is unable to put in new all-time highs. Okay, that's what we need Bitcoin to prove. And this is why so many people are calling for 10K Bitcoin. Now, I think there's plenty of reasons that 10K Bitcoin is never going to happen again. Okay, and I've outlined that in prior videos. I don't think we're ever going to go back to 10K. You know, we could have wicks back into the 20s, sure, in the event of if the market decides we need to kick some of these people out that are leveraged out of their ears. But do I think we're ever going to go back to 10K? I don't. So the main thing we need to look for is this, okay? These rallies off the 50-week. And what we would like to see now is a bounce if we end up going back down. A bounce off the 20-week is ideally what we would want to see. Okay, note that here in 2014, we were unable to hold it as support, and we ended up coming all the way back down here. In 2018, we were unable to get even past it, and then we ended up coming all the way back down here. So I look at it today and we say, and I think one mistake that some people are making is assuming that the history has to play out exactly the same way. One of the things I told you guys before this market cycle even started was that this cycle is going to be incredibly different from every other cycle we've seen. If I had to guess, I would say it's going to be most similar to the 2013 cycle, where we still had if we talk about the pi cycle top stuff, we still had a pi cycle top halfway through. Okay, we still had that. We still had a close below the 20-week. We didn't spend as long below it, and we didn't go to the 50-week, but we still had it, right? We still had a weekly close below the 20-week. We still had a pi cycle top, and so a lot of people are saying, well, this is not different, right? It's not different. We're just going to go down from here. And my argument is one of two things, okay? Two things I think will happen. Either we hold the 20-week now. This is what I'm thinking. We either hold the 20-week now and we just do away with the bears, and we say, all right, guys, we understand why you think what you do, but you also have to recognize that cycles can be different from one another, and that you cannot assume that things are going to play out the exact same way for the next 100 years. You just can't assume that. And by being too deterministic about that is not a good thing. So my speculation is we either hold the 20-week here, okay, or we do go below and then we get back above it within 3 months. Okay, so I'm not thinking we're going to have a 3-year phase where we have to wait for all-time highs. Like, I don't think we're going to have this type of a scenario where we have to legitimately wait 1,100 days to put in new all-time highs. What I'm looking at is best case scenario, the 20-week is held and we don't look back and we say, you know what? Shame on you for thinking it had to play out the exact same way, especially considering that this top right here is very different from this type of a top. And the moving averages and whatnot are just lagging indicators to some degree. Okay, so yes, we had to bounce off the 50-week like we had before. We've also made it above the 20-week, which we didn't make it above over here, not at least spending a lot of time up there. So we're gonna have to keep a close eye on things, because a lot of people would like for us to just hold the 20-week now, and I think that's fine. Now, what happens if we don't hold it, right? What happens if we don't hold it? Well, if we don't hold it, my guess is that there will be a lot of I told you so's, right? A lot of I told you so's in the sense of people saying things like, see, I told you it's not going to go back to all-time highs. It's going to go back to $10,000 because if you draw the bubble chart, that's where it would theoretically take us. And if it did that, and we went down and we tested the 30K region again, I do think it's possible we could have a wick below it. But if that time comes, I want you to know, I don't think it's going to be sustained. All right. And that's only if we fail to hold the 20-week. I feel like there's a great chance we hold the 20-week as long as we don't get too far extended from it. The main danger that I see in not being able to hold the 20-week is just if we get too far extended above it and then we come back down to it like we did over here, and it's like, well, you didn't test it for months and months and months, and therefore you're too far gone. Ideally speaking, I would like for us to test the 20-week moving average in September. And I mean, September normally is not a great month for Bitcoin. That doesn't mean it has to play out like this time. I mean, Bitcoin could be a great month, or Bitcoin could have a great month next month for all we know. But I would like to see it test the 20-week in September, ideally speaking. And if it holds it as support for a month or two, then I say again, put on your metaphorical laser eyes, we're probably going to 100K. If we fail to hold it, I do think there will be a lot of people saying, I told you so and whatnot. But I would contend that even in that scenario, what would likely come would more than likely just be a wick and nothing more. Similar to March of 2020. Okay, similar to March of 2020. So looking at something like this, if we did get basically where the market decides, you know what, we gotta get these people that are leveraged out of their ears, we gotta get them out. We can't go up like this in this type of a market. If that happens and we get a wick down, I don't think it will be sustained at all. I don't. And again, if that time comes, there will be a lot of people saying, I told you so, but it's probably going to be gone. Even if it comes, it's probably going to be gone just as quickly as it arrived, just like it was in March of 2020. So that's sort of what I'm looking at. Two scenarios. You either hold the 20-week here, we hold it as support, or we have a wick down again one more time, and then we're off to the races. Back in 2019 and 2020, I often said I don't think we're going to hold the 20-week as support above 20K until Q4 of 2021 at the earliest. And I defined that as what I called a sustainable 20K. I said, hey guys, to me, a sustainable 20K is holding the 20-week moving average above 20K as support. And I said, I don't think that's going to happen until Q4 of 2021 or at the latest Q1 of 2022. Remember, holding a 20-week moving average above 20K. Where are we today? Well, we're at 48K, right? We're nowhere near 20K, but we still haven't held the 20-week above it. We still haven't held the 20-week. The last time we held the 20-week, in fact, was at 10K. And what I would like to see is holding the 20-week moving average as support above 20K. Okay, above the prior all-time high. We have not done this yet. The prior all-time high being over here. We have not successfully held the 20-week at this point above 20K. And I said back then in 2019 and 2020 that it's probably not going to happen until the end of 2021 or the beginning of 2022. Here we are, right? Here we are. And again, this is something I said endlessly back in 2019 and 2020. And then we went to 64K earlier this year. Obviously, people like to remind me about that. But again, the whole definition of it was we just need to hold the 20-week moving average above 20K. And once we do that, I think 100K is in the cards. Okay, and I think that's what we need to do. And we're either going to hold it here or we're going to kick the can down the road 3 more months. That's my opinion, right? Either here or 3 more months, and then we should be off to the races. So that's sort of what I see in the market right now. And I feel like the only reason we would go down is, again, just leverage traders being irresponsible and it leading to some type of squeeze or something on longs. A lot of on-chain metrics look great. A lot of that stuff shows that large holders have been accumulating, small holders have been accumulating, institutions have been accumulating. So market seems relatively healthy to me. We also had a fairly long extended time down below the 20-week moving average, which I think a lot of people sort of discount, right? Well, let me tell you what I mean there. This, over here, when we came down to the 50-week, we basically only spent, we came back, we first had this wick all the way down, we came back up, and we just came straight down to the 50-week, and then we got rejected by the 20-week. Okay, we just got rejected by it. Here, we did not get rejected, right? And in fact, we had about 3 months down here, about 3 months of just going sideways, bleeding down to 29K, 28K. So there are some nuances in how these times are different. So again, the way I see the market, to summarize, for one last time, is I told you guys back in May that we need 3 to 6 months of consolidation. 3 to 6 months. We've had 3 months so far. Here's our 3 months. If we take a measured move from below the 20-week to getting back above it, it was 13 weeks. There's our 3 months. 3 to 6 months is what I said. So are these 3 months sufficient? I think they are sufficient. In my eyes, they are sufficient. Could we need 3 more months? It's possible. And I'll tell you guys this now, like I told you back in May. Okay. If we need 3 more months, use it as an opportunity. And if we don't need 3 more months, then it should be a lesson, as always, that when the market is bearish, that's the time to accumulate and not wait for lower prices, because no one knows what's going to happen. No one knows if we're just going to go straight up. We don't know if we're going to go down and test the 20-week and then continue higher. We don't know if we're going to come and then have a wick down below and then shoot up and go higher. I have no idea. Okay, it's more about how you react to the market rather than projecting exactly what will happen. Okay, and again, if you follow most predictions that people make in the cryptoverse, you'll find that most people get things wrong. Okay, and then the way they make you forget about it is just making an even more ridiculous prediction a few weeks later, or doing some other things. Okay, so there's definitely tricks that they do to make you forget about how their prior predictions didn't play out. They'll blame it on something, right? Market manipulation, whatever they want to call it. It's just a market, right? It's just a market. The market's going to go up and down. It can't only be market manipulation if it goes down. When it goes up, people never scream market manipulation. When it goes down, that's all they scream. Okay, you can't have it both ways. Right? You can't have it both ways. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's go for 600,000 subscribers. Thanks again for getting me to 500,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate that. We also do have the sale on the premium list. It's going to last for a few more days. Make sure you guys check that out in the description below if you want access to the premium content. You can lock in the lower rate as long as you do not cancel. Subscribe, click the bell icon to turn on your notifications, and I will see you next time. Bye.